Hey everybody, this is Ejojo and welcome to the third video in my series on lists and the basics of Python. And I just want to go back to the second video that I made a few days ago where we generated 20 random numbers using the randint function. And I was thinking that, let me just run it so you can just see what it did over there. So, let me just make that slightly smaller so it fits in nicely. There we go, you should be able to see that. So there you can see we've generated 20 random numbers using Python. So I'll keep that. So let's say you want to use input this time. This is something we did not do, but let's say you want to use input to determine how many times it should run or how many numbers you want to generate, but also what the starting values and the ending values are for that. So it can be done very simply using inputs. So I'm going to generate some of that code right now, so just follow along. And for those that were not sure how to do that, or if you were not sure, just follow along. So let's start. So we've got our from random import randint. We created an empty list, so I'm just going to go in there and we're going to enter over there, and I'm going to say let's call it n for my range, whatever that's going to be there. So n, and we want to have an integer number, so I'm putting int, and then I'm going to put input. That's a function that we use. Input, I think my mouse is in the way. Input, and then we're going to have that. Just bear in mind that you must have, if you have an opening bracket, you must have the corresponding closing bracket. A lot of people forget, and they put that in, but then only one, and they get an error for that. So I'm just going to say enter the number. Actually, I'm just going to say enter a number. Okay, a number to, no, not to repeat. Sorry, I can't think on my feet right now. Enter loop number. I'll do that. Enter loop number, and I'll like to put a space there. So when I run it, this is not against the thing. So let me just run it and you see what I mean, what I do with the space over there. Right, so here we go. So let's have a look. So there you can see there's no it's not against the colon, it's a bit of a space, and I like that. So let me just close that. So that we're going to replace this then with n, which means whatever we type there, it's going to generate the random numbers. So we're going to use a for loop to iterate n times. Let's just say n times. We don't know how much that is. So let me run that so you can see at least that part of the code works. So here we go. So enter a loop number. So previously it was 20. I'm just going to say 10, and that should give me 10 numbers. Boom, there you go. 10 random numbers that has been generated. So we know now that that part works. So we use the variable. We use the input function, and it works a lot like the print function, because whatever you have there as a string will be on your screen, and then whatever you enter will be cast to an integer. So the string type that you get from that, every time you type on a keyboard, it's actually string that goes to your variable. But to convert that to a number, an integer, we put the int function in front of that. So we have we've got a nested input inside our int function. Cool. So let's go to the next one. So now I want to have my lower value and my higher value as well in the same way. So I'm going to say, let's just call it a equals, again it's going to be an integer. So I'm going to say input open and closing brackets, and then inside there, ooh, what happened here? That was supposed to be that. Right, so inside there I'm going to put my message. So I'm going to say enter lower value, and I put my colon on my space, and to save a bit of time I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste apparently like that. Let's just go back, and I'm going to say B. Right, so I made the error that I just said that you must be careful. That's why I did that. Let's just take those away. Right, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So that's all good. And this is my higher value. My higher. You can also call it the bottom value, top value, or whatever it is. I'm actually going to change that to top. Enter top value and enter bottom value. Let's just call it that. So it's a bit easier. So you've got your top and bottom. So A is the bottom, B is the top, which means I can now change that one to A and that one to B. So theoretically, when I run this code, it's going to ask me for a number, how many times I actually want to repeat this. Then it's also going to ask me for my bottom value, which I'll store in the variable A, which is there, which I'm going to use there. And then also it'll ask me for the top value, which I'm going to store in variable B, which I'm going to use over there. And then we're going to obviously append this to our empty list that we have there. So let's run the code and see how it works. So F5 enter, or click on it, and then it says enter the loop number. So how many times you want to loop it. So I'm going to say, let's say 15, and then it wants my bottom value. I'm going to just do a 1, and I'm going to do a, I don't know, a 50 this time, and then I'm going to run it, and there I have all my numbers between 1 and 50, including possibly 1 and possibly 50, like it's got it there. Cool. So let's run it again. So you can see you can actually go into the negative as well. So how many times I want to repeat this? Again, let's say 20 times. My bottom value, I'm going to say minus 50, and my top value will be plus 50. Let's see what that comes up with. I press enter. Now you can see I've got positive integers, but I also have negative integers in between. So you can very quickly decide your bottom and your top values and how many times you want to repeat, so that you can generate random numbers using input. So I thought that is quite useful skill to have, so you don't have to always worry about physically changing the numbers here or here, but that you can do it by using input and the input function. Cool. I hope you enjoyed that video, adding some new skills to your repertoire, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't done so, or keep coming back to this channel for more videos on the basics of Python. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.